And we move down to the start now of the Prince of Wales, the Lausanne-Sports Aviron crew from Switzerland, and the Schuylkill Navy HPC crew from the USA.
A little bit of tight steering on the island side of things. Now heading back out, overcorrecting, so they'll have lost a little bit from that.
It's incredibly difficult coming past Temple Island there. We've seen some of the Cox crews do a really good job of going against that little bit of flow that's there. But in these coxless boats, it is a lot harder as we ride now with the live shots from this race, and it is neck and neck. The crew closest to us in the Buck Station, that is the Schuylkill Navy HPC crew from the USA, with just a canvas lead over the Lausanne-Sports Aviron crew from Switzerland. Another Swiss crew here competing at Henley.
And the US crew are just starting to inch out a little bit now. They've got that canvas. They're starting to relax as the rate comes down, and they're creeping out stroke by stroke now. A little bit more length, still pretty close, but they are managing each stroke to move away inch by inch. It's really tough for the quads actually on the steering. It's the fastest, less boat, so coming out of that island at top speed out of the start is a real test. And actually they struggled at the US crew, but I think by moving over they actually pushed the others and made the others respond, so they actually both struggled a little bit, but they're straight now, and they're becoming more and more dominant each stroke on the
And now we're moving up to Forley with the live racing, and it is the crew from the US who are in the lead. We've seen a couple of US crews unsuccessful in this morning's racing, so those of you watching will be very happy to see such a commanding lead from the US crew in the Buck Station over the Swiss crew from Lausanne in the Berkshire Station.
very dominant display. Again, we've seen just a little bit more power, a little bit more technical control that's allowing them to get more per stroke. And that started really, you know, they were held through the start. As soon as they started moving out of the start, coming into their main race rhythm, they just have always had that extra run per stroke. A bit more experience in that crew as well, the US for sure. And that's really telling now.
It's a very strong rhythm that they have. You can see all four sets of elbows coming back together, sending the boat away each finish. They're just looking very relaxed, very efficient in their movements. And efficiency in the quad is really important. You don't want to have bodies moving around. There's not too much sit back or body swing. It's keeping things really dynamic and really effective.
Exactly, and clean as well, because your blades are so much closer together than if you're rowing in an 8, which is sort of the next fastest crew, if you like. So it's very important that even these huge, powerful athletes are able to be very clean as the blades enter the water and as they come out again. And they're managing that supremely. On this rough water as well, it's quite poppy. There's a bit of a headwind, cross headwind, and they're managing that very skillfully.
And there's quite a big difference physically in these two crews. The crew from the US on the left-hand side of your screen, they have an average weight of 89 kilos and 192 centimetres, whereas the crew from Switzerland with the blue and white rowing suits on the right-hand side of your screen, only 75 kilos and average height of 184 centimetres. So quite a lot smaller, almost lightweight, in fact. So that does make a big difference, particularly in an event like the quad, which is very much a power-based boat.
Yeah, it's about making that work for you, isn't it? We've seen some crews where it's got heavy and laboured, and we've seen other crews, if you can use that power and get the extra run in the boat in between, then you're away and it's much easier to dominate. It's always useful to have more power in the tank.
And in this Swiss crew, we do have a number of international representatives, but despite their pedigree, they're really not able to match it with this US crew, who's going to take a Clearwater win in this race of the Prince of Wales Challenge Cup in the men's quadruple sculls. That is Schuylkill Navy HPC USA over the Lausanne-Sports Aviron from Switzerland.